That's why you're blocked. Blocked.
That's why you're blocked. You're listening to That's Why You're Blocked podcast.
Yeah.
And we're live. Welcome back to That's Why You're Blocked podcast. I am Carson Bailey.
And I am Chanel Shots.
And we've got a very, very special guest with us today. The unofficial third member. The woman that helped us come up with this name. The bad bitch that is...
Y'all, she really feeling herself in the studio right now.
Crystaallllll, I'm sorry, the studio audience was cheering me on, so I had to get them to quiet down for a second.
Alright, well,
I love y'all too. But y'all be quiet. We recording.
Well, we really want to thank you in helping us in the Very Freaky Gurlz series. Mm-hmm. At least for this point. We might bring it back. We still be making some dumbass decisions.
This chapter of the Very Freaky Gurlz series.
Yes, pulling it to a close. But I mean, we have other things like some hot girl.
I mean, we got the content, you know. Don't worry about that.
Unfortunately,
don't worry about that.
Right.
We got a novella worth of content.
We all got some tea. Yeah, we were just talking about.
Yeah, really.
Some crazy things. All right. So,
well, Crystaallllll, tell us about yourself. What type of niggas do you like, and which girlfriend do you think you are?
Okay, so first off, let me use my podcast voice. Hey, okay, so the type of I'm just playing. I think which girlfriend I'm like. I feel like I'm bits and pieces of all of them, but I don't think I'm completely anyone. I think I don't have much of Tony. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of bougie, so I think I have that aspect of it. But I said Joan. I like that she's career driven and like she's really smart and like talented. So I like to think that I see myself in that aspect of it. I think Lynn, because like Lynn just be over it. Like she's not with the drama really. Like she just be aloof. I do be aloof. And Maya with the comebacks, because your girl Crystaallllll got the one-liners for days. So
she's very quick on it.
You got to get up pretty early if you want to get one on me.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then I guess the type of niggas I like would be someone who's built like an NFL tight end lineman or a thick basketball player. Because a thick basketball player is like a built football player. And
I just feel like you say thick.
A thick basketball player is like a built
Well, all right, like what's his name? Meeks from the 2013 North Carolina, like that thick?
No, well he's thick, like he's a thick person.
So he was a thick basketball player.
So I don't think you should put football in it at all, because if you're on a football team, like you're supposed to be like
okay, well, I still
a
like
thick basketball build.
I feel like someone who is, I think the best way to put it is like less than 10% body fat. Cause I know.
Okay, wow, yeah. That's probably the best way to put it.
Less than 10% body fat. I think
She like the nigga skinny, y'all.
Built.
That no. Build is fine.
Can hold a plank.
Because she can.
Can hold a plank and can conjugate verbs.
Ooh, now
yes, and knows how to use multisyllabic words.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Or understands multisyllabic words.
Ooh.
So
we love a woman with a verbose vocabulary.
Yeah, period. You know what I'm saying?
Even
that's
though
all
I
education.
Can't spell verbose.
Robust?
Verbose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, we could pull out them expensive words.
Every now and then, shout out to my school.
Can't spell it, though. But I pull it out. All right.
I thought you said you can't spell my school. Because I was like, sometimes I do be struggling to, like, spell
But yours is a long-ass name.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into today's...
It's Harvard, y'all. It's Harvard. I go to Harvard.
Girl, bye.
Well, no, she goes to Hofstra, the real HU.
Shout out to everyone who listened to part 3 of Very Freaky Gurlz. I cannot believe that man said that was so much like...
I know, like...
That man.
I have never heard that before. Like when I heard you saying that episode, I literally bust out laughing. Because I just figured it was like Howard Hampton, but he said Hofstra.
He said it with so much confidence, girl. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah, we were all like, "Is this nigga serious?"
He was.
Alright, so this story has so many different parts and layers that we don't even have to get into the shit that comes through our phone.
It's like y'all would have thought Tyler Perry wrote it, girl. It took so many turns. Crazy.
Alright, so the very first part of this story begins with me getting a FaceTime call from Chanel.
Okay, so she's going to paint this a completely different way. So I'm going to give you my point of view. So it was like summer. I'm kind of feeling a little drought-ish. I'm like, you know what? I haven't had a nice DA in a while, dick appointment. I haven't had a nice one of those in a while. So like, why not? Why not have a good afternoon? If someone hits me up who's been like begging like to fuck or whatever from off of the Fet site?
Yes.
Yeah, from off the Fet site.
I don't know if you said Fet, but that is the freaky Facebook.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me see what this is talking about. Let me see what this is talking about. So he starts. I don't know how you want to put this, Carson.
I got you.
Okay.
I can explain from here. So she calls me, and since we are close friends, she's like, hey, I'm going to hang out with a guy I've never hung out with before. You have my location. Just giving you a heads up. And so I am, we are in month 3 of quarantine at this point. I'm like, shit, can I come? I just don't want to be in the house anymore. Like, I want to hang out and meet new people. And so she's like, well, I'll see. And then she goes to explain what has happened, like her interaction with this guy. Because technically, I think we both had matched with him on the freaky Facebook, but I ain't shit, so I was never going to meet with him. But basically, she was like, oh, at first he was going to come pick me up, but then he couldn't. And then he was going to get me an Uber to him because she, at this point, was further out. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, oh, I can't send you an Uber because I drive for Uber. And I was like, And then, I guess, at first she was going to go to his house, but then because of, the pandemic, he had to move in with his cousin. But then his cousin had to move in, but then he moved in with his brother. And I was like, bitch, this nigga sound homeless.
I saw signs.
So there were just too many delineations from the original story. First it was, I'll pick you up, like we can have a good time, like, it's over to my place. And then, like, the story just kept getting, like, further and further and further away.
But she was really about to travel to him, because I picked her up from the train station.
This is a bit of a drought. This is, like you said, like 3rd month of quarantine.
Yeah. Before
I decided to, live a different life. But yeah.
Period. That's
actually, all right. Sidebar. I did tell a guy, like, I gave my life to Christ, and that's why I didn't want to link.
Why would you do that? That's not what I meant by different life. I just meant more of a celibate or more of not like, Netflix and chill too.
Well, then I wasn't gonna be like, oh, word, I'm like a deacon.
No, definitely like this person. I wasn't interested in them, but we were just having a conversation. Like, do you want to link? And I'm like, link for what? What are you trying to do? He was like, hook up, and I'm like, oh, I found Jesus.
Couldn't you just say, no, I'm not interested?
You could have.
Yeah,
it's very simple.
It could have.
Or like, because they want to push, why don't you just say, hey, I'll let you know when I'm interested, and just never hit them back.
Because I feel like if you're gonna tell somebody a story, it's got to be a crazy, outlandish story. So.
Oh yeah, you're good at those.
Yeah.
What
so I would have said I gave my life up to crack. Or like my pimp doesn't let me out the house anymore. So.
What is wrong with you?
I was like, Ray said I gotta stay inside, so I can come. You can come by the porch.
Moving on. So yeah, y'all. So it was just a bit of a drought, and I was just feeling like, why not? Like, women do that sometimes. I definitely had moments where I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, fuck the standards for the night. I really just, I just want it.
Women can.
I feel like that's a people thing. People have urges.
No, I don't think men go through all those delineations. Like, I think women are way less likely to risk it all.
That's true. I mean,
men are just
men will risk it all for a $5 foot long. So. It does not take much.
Basically. So she picks me up from the train station, and she's like, bitch, this man's homeless. And I was like, you know what? Thanks for talking some sense to me. That's all I needed. Girls, sometimes that's all your friend needs. They just need you to listen and be like, this doesn't sound right. Let's do something else.
So we had decided to do something else. So she got on her phone and I got on mine, and we were like, I'm with my best friend. We trying to link. What's tea?
inserts Mission Impossible theme song while they're typing.
Right, and so I sent that to several people. I looked at my phone. I'm like, I sent it to many people. I went on the apps that I was on at the time, sent that to those people, because I think at that point this is what, June?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so newly single, so I was on all the apps. But yeah, we were just scrolling and we got a winner. Somebody was having a game night.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, all right, shit, fuck it. Let me go change. We pull up to Crystaallllll and we said, get it, bitch, we're going hoeing.
And Crystaallllll said Crystaallll's going.
And so we, it wasn't that far away, but it was a little bit away.
Good little ways. Good 25.
Yeah, so.
It was.
Half on about way.
It was far enough to not be close, but close enough to not be far.
Whatever. All right, so.
I just feel like it's like that good distance where it's like, you know, like it's a little drive, but it's not like you're not down the street, but you're not like out the way. It's like that happy medium area.
So we had gathered in the hoopty.
The Hoopty.
Yeah, right? And got on.
Oh my gosh!
And got on $4.95.
Big Nisa Ultimate Energy.
So we are greeted by.
Well, no, we get there. We park a little further than the address because I was driving and I don't know, I'm not the best at finding parking.
Or driving.
Wow, you didn't have to say that.
I feel like it was coming out of Crystaallll's mouth.
No, it wasn't.
I didn't know where she was going with that, so I was like,
I didn't know where she was going with that either. I was just like,
I was waiting for her to. What are you not the best at?
A lot of things. I'm a work in progress. But all right, so we park. I text. We'll call him Puff Daddy. I'm calling Puff Daddy. I text Puff Daddy saying we're here and pull up, and he comes out with another one of his friends, which I get because I'm with two of mine, and he introduces himself. But he doesn't say the name that was on his profile. So I'm like, I'm confused.
and I think you say that.
I'm like,
you say it, but like they don't respond to you.
I'm like, that's not your profile name.
And I said only women do that.
Yeah, so we walk into a nice townhouse. I think we take off our shoes.
And we head upstairs. Okay, well, we were also greeted by, so Puff Daddy or P. Diddy and the Titty Tickler. That was the friend that he was with. So we get inside the house, we go upstairs, and
we run in. There's not many people because we're still, you know.
But yeah, it's good enough to where like, you see there's people here. Like this isn't like some back alley basement too.
But when we arrived, we kind of evened out the numbers between guys and girls.
Yeah,
because there was 3 girls there. 2 of them were with somebody already, so there was 1 girl. We'll call her White Spice. She was from Bermuda, allegedly, but she had a fake-ass British accent that, like, really got on my nerves.
But I was so impressed that she didn't break character.
The whole time. Can you do the accent for us, Crystaallll?
Hello. I'm from Bermuda, love.
But, like, people
Where
from
Bermuda?
The Bermuda part, love.
Like, where? Because we know people from Bermuda, so I was trying to get her. I'm like, I know people from Bermuda. Like what part?
Bermuda's American territory.
Yeah. So, like, they wouldn't be British. And it just... She was white. And I'm like, she wouldn't be white either.
What movie is that from? She's like, why she white? Why she white?
No, that was from the... What's his name? Mean Girl spoof.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lord.
But
shout out to Sasha Call, but not really, because he don't be paying people.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the story.
So... She
was also telling us about like her life. Like, did anyone else like catch those? She was talking about she's such a girl boss. She does this makeup artistry stuff. She works at this store.
Blending. Her makeup was very harsh.
I'm a cosmetologist, love. I do hair. I do it all.
Basically,
that's what she was saying, and it was
like, I'm so busy these days. I can't do the accent, but like that was what she was giving.
Busy.
Well, no, but like she just didn't. It looked like she played in makeup. Good at makeup. I don't know if I would give her that, but I was stuck on this white bitch saying she's from Bermuda with a British accent. I'm like, that part just I couldn't get past it. I'm like, oh, she lying like shit. And but I will say though that I didn't think was cool. the guys there, they were
Oh my
incredibly
gosh.
rude to her.
Right, like we sent all this stuff like to each other. They was out loud talking to her face.
Yeah, so Diddy, right? He introduced. He had a nickname that his friends called him, and then the name that he gave us, and then he gave her Alfonso, like a completely different name. And so he was rude to her. He's like, "Yeah, I don't want her to know my real name for whatever reason." But yeah, so
he's such a big deal.
I don't know. I think he's pretty popular on Instagram. I didn't follow him.
I think he's just one of them DMV niggas that think he's special.
Yeah.
Probably.
You just put it that way.
But
And there are a lot of you out there.
all right, so we have the white
Sorry,
spice.
not
So
sorry.
after we take a shot, there was some home cooked lasagna.
8 shots.
Took a few.
I was like, we took a couple shots. Maybe you took 8 shots.
Right, maybe you took a.
Okay,
I-
that's probably it. I had a shot.
Because I was pouring shots.
Yeah,
So-
so
And the girl
um,
was heavy-handed.
like I said, there was some lasagna that was made.
Real cute Puerto Rican girl served it to us too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see the
There's
salad.
and, like,
And then
garlic
all the
knots.
guys disappeared for like 40 minutes, and it was giving me real 7th grade vibes.
Yes, but apparently they were planning a Vegas trip for like 4th of July.
Yeah.
That
So,
was real cute.
Yeah,
They had
so
to
that's what they
coordinate.
were. Basically, make sure you know.
Even
everyone
though
got
we
their
didn't
money.
recommend traveling during a pandemic. But,
Exactly.
And yeah, I did match their swimsuits and all that.
It was cute.
So when they started coming back, we got a tour of the house, and we were just like meeting the house members. That's what we would call them, of this wild ass nigga group. So who did we already say we met? We met Puff Daddy. That's the one who invited
Yeah,
Carson.
we met Diddy.
Diddy, Puff Daddy. We met
Sean
all those in 3. He is the Trinity.
Right.
Because this nigga to this day, we don't know what this nigga's name is, so we just gonna call him that.
All right.
We met the titty tickler. You'll find out why later.
And
The
then
assassin.
the assassin.
And y'all, they were making so many jokes about the assassin.
Being gay.
Yes.
That it was kind of like, I don't know if you're joking or not.
I don't know either.
We still don't
Yes.
Still don't.
The
But-
jury is still out.
know. So the assassin and the titty tickler was the one that took us on the tour.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, the titty tickler was one of the 3 people that lived there.
Yes.
The Latina girl,
Mm-hmm.
and then Babuku.
Calvin Decline.
He also gave more than one name. But yeah, so the titty tickler and the assassin gave us a tour. And so they took us on the floor, like, this is blah blah's room. Here we go. And then they said, that's the boom boom room.
Yeah, the tour concluded with the boom boom.
No, it
No, we went upstairs. We went all the way upstairs.
Oh yeah, well that was like a big thing though.
The boom
Yeah,
boom
they're
room.
like, you'll know when it's time to come to the boom boom room.
Anything goes in there. All right.
Right, basically. All right. So we get to the end of the tour. We're all the way upstairs. We're on the balcony, and they're like, who's the best twerker?
And
That should have been our first clue that some wild shit may have
dumb
gone
bitch
down.
alert number 1.
Definitely.
Ding a ding, ding ding ding, ding ding.
We gotta get a bell up in here.
Yeah, we do. You do. We need like an official dump.
I was like, please donate to podcasts so we can give you the content you deserve.
Dumb Bitch Alert Foundation.
Right, we want to upgrade our equipment.
Please.
But basically, yeah, they did ask us to twerk, and I can't twerk, so I said I cannot.
I think we just said no. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
were all just looking around like that was the like maybe I feel like they were trying to test us all night. Like all night it was just like, well, let's see, let's just throw that out
Obviously,
there.
we were failing that quiz.
Let's
Well,
just
we
throw this
started
out
off.
there, and
Like,
then
I don't think we fail. I feel like I don't think we failed. I think it was more so like you didn't realize you were being tested until afterwards, and you're like, these niggas were testing me.
right,
But-
exactly. Hookah ass niggas. Okay, so continuing.
SETS niggas.
Basically continuing. So we're like, okay, let's play some games. We're done with the tour. Obviously, none of us are twerking for y'all.
Exactly.
So we go back downstairs and
Did
we
some
start to
shots.
play. Yeah, we did some more shots. We started to play Uno. That was the worst Uno game I've ever played in my life.
I really like they were doing the stacks, and I don't like that.
They didn't even say it was stacked until they had already started playing the game.
Exactly. I feel like
I
I was
would've-
skipping people.
'cause I would've
just
just-
No,
to
it
play
was,
the
they were
stacks.
just cheating. We
Yes.
didn't even go a full.
Because
we
I
did
didn't
like
even get a
one-
turn. I didn't even get
I
a
was
turn.
like, it wasn't even
Yeah.
a full rotation before niggas were saying Uno.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
like, there's no way.
Because I still had 7 cards in my hand. I was like, that don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah. No, I agree. So after that, they decided, like, all right, why don't we play King's Cup? So they bring in the bottle of Hennessy in the middle, and they spread the cards out. And the cards had a picture of Calvin Decline And I guess
It was a wedding picture of Calvin
or
Klein.
engagement photos, not wedding.
Well, yeah.
It was engagement deck of cards. But
No, they were save the date cards.
yeah.
Yes.
But I don't think he got married because the date had passed.
No, well, the day had passed, but we're here, and everyone, and I was like, wait a minute. Because I asked him, I was like, are you married? And he's like, no, like it broke off or something. And then I think I asked why, and then like somebody was like, yeah, he's a military nigga.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you.
Yeah.
Because they get married real fast.
Yeah.
That tech school love is real.
Yeah, and that's what like they said, like, yeah, it was like a military thing. And everyone was like,
As long as the check clears. It's funny that everyone knows what that means.
I was like, everyone was like, okay, yeah.
So we're playing King's Cup. We know how to play. We're not, not new to this, we true to this, but this is a different level. This is a different type of King's Cup.
Yes.
Right, so it starts off, it's fine, it's regular, we're playing.
Let's remember the name of this episode as well as we go into this part.
Please heed our warning, ladies and gentlemen.
Basically, they pull out a king, and their rule was to take off our pants.
Mm.
And I had on a
Romper?
romper. I don't know why I was gonna say. I don't know why I forgot that word. But yeah, I had on a romper, so I was like, yeah, this is all together, and this is staying on. So sorry to say, love, I'm not taking it off.
Was she a part of that? Was she about to take off her pants?
No, she didn't. She's just like, I'm just gonna drink.
Okay.
Yeah, she just said, I'm just drinking, love. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
And
All
I feel like, and they were like, yeah, fuck you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you
Basically-
white bitch or something.
Basically,
they were really rude.
I think at one point they were like all the white people in the room,
Yeah.
XYZ.
I feel like that was like somebody made up a rule, something like that, where they're like, and it was either like a U card or a date, and it was like, yeah, all my white people got a drink, something like that.
Yeah.
But
They were assholes. Okay, so that was the first one, and that was test number 2. So dumb bitch alert number 2.
at that point, we were 2 for 2 because we didn't twerk and. Our pants are still on.
So we
Calvin
drank.
Klein decided to take off his pants
and his shirt
voluntarily. No one.
So
pulled
he's
his
just
card.
cooling in
I
his
think
boxers.
he wanted to give somebody in the room a show. But, we'll get into that. But
And which character that is, you decide.
Alright, but basically, we are now.
Which is why he's Calvin Klein.
Yes, just in case you missed it.
Full circle.
So we're chilling, we're playing this game. I'm like, wow. And then there's another. They pulled another king like immediately after.
All
the first one.
the boys kept pulling kings. Like
Yes.
we were like,
I'm like, how many kings is in this deck? It don't make no sense.
How many times did they save the date?
But yeah, so then they pull the next one and they're like, take off your top.
we're like, damn.
So we're stuck.
Me in person, I am known for like crop top, like tops and
Tube
high-waisted.
tops.
Yeah,
You
tube
need-
tops. That's what I was thinking. Crop top, tube tops, and high-waisted pants. So I'm always walking some type of bandeau bra. So that's what I had underneath. Now, mind you, y'all, I was dressed for Netflix and chill. So I wasn't even like dressed for like a kickback. I had no jeans. I had no like regular top.
She was TTG.
I think the TT slapped my ass too, because I was wearing leggings, like the type of leggings that probably look a little too see through.
Wait a minute.
Every time we tell this story, I'm trying to tell you, but that definitely happened. Like when we sat down,
We believe you, but I'm like,
What?
wait a minute. I'm just realizing that.
when we sat down to play Uno, this is before King's Cup. We sat down to play Uno, and we're all sitting. You're sitting next to Puff Daddy, Carson, Sean, yes, whoever. The teen tickler comes to sit next to me, but before he does, he like slaps my ass, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I remember you asked me, Carson, you were like, "Yo, are you okay?"
I didn't see that. I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, well, it looked kind of nice." So,
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
where y'all be?
Whoa!
And I was like, oh, "Okay, I'm just not gonna draw attention to this."
Okay.
So, yeah, so that happened before we played Uno.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm so sorry that happened.
I'm sorry.
Well, I asked if you were okay, and obviously you said.
So maybe it's the fact that like that wasn't like super shocking to me because they had proven to be wild niggas like already, just based on escalation. So maybe at the time I just didn't think that it was that big of a deal. But like looking back, and I was like, oh,
That was probably another test.
probably.
Right,
There were group tests and then there were individual tests. There's a lot of testing going on. That's just
Shit, SAT and out
exactly.
here.
We don't study. We don't study.
We did
we
not.
did not study.
Only chill one in the group was Day Day.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
our homie, but he was so far gone that
Day was focused on breathing. Day was one of I've never seen somebody that high.
and it was fried.
I just every time it was his turn, I just feel like he had to tell our hand, grab card, pick up card, eyes read card, brain process what eyes have seen.
Basically, this thing was done.
But so that's when you take off the baby top, and then I was like, because your girl had on a romper, so I was like, how we finna do this? But I mean, I had a bra on, so I just pulled did it where you could only see my bra, but it was still on.
I mean, so then I saw these two bitches take off their tops, and I'm like,
because it was kind of like dominoes. It wasn't like we did it all together. Because she did it, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, so they were so the boys took a double take. They were like, but isn't that what you just had on? I'm like, no, niggas. Ha you thought.
It was like, wait, you gotta
take
get
that
up.
patriarchy.
You gotta get up pretty early. So then she took off her romper, and I had on a 2-piece set, so I took off my top, but I didn't come dressed to reveal my underwear and bra, so I had on my extra full coverage support granny bra.
I think the White Spice took hers off too.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
White Spice, I think because we did, White Spice did too.
Yeah, so my bra had the intricate flower lace that you see on your grandma's laundry. I was like, wow, I felt
favorite colors like canary blue.
Yeah, no, I felt so unsexy. I was like, wow, yikes.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is not the bra that, wasn't my best, but
And
I
we
digress.
continue to press on.
So we decided to still play the game with these niggas.
Dumb bitch alert number 3.
Yeah, so as this goes on, I think then they pull a joker. And I played King's Cup a few times, so I've never run across a joker. So
Me either.
when they pulled that, I was like, what that
Fuck
mean?
does that? Yeah, it was
I didn't even think to ask you to take them out because I didn't know they had a rule.
I feel but most card games outside of spades and stuff, you don't really use jokers.
Right.
So I think inherently we take them out anyways. But
What did the joker mean, ladies?
the little joker,
The little joker.
Specify the
I'm sorry,
little
what?
joker.
little joker.
What did the little joker mean?
The little joker mean that
PTSD.
that you took a trip
Is
down somebody else's pants. But as aforementioned, I was wearing a romper, so nobody was inside of my situation because, yeah.
So the way it was set up.
So it was kind of like girl, boy, girl, boy. That's how the seating arrangement was.
Very middle school, but, very spin the bottle type stuff. But, yeah, so, when it was little joker time.
So basically, you're supposed to go to your left or your right.
It was only one arm. Right?
But I thought people did
I thought people did 2 arms.
I think so.
You all, okay, how about this?
No.
Since we've already established that we both have different definitions of what this meant, you all tell yours and then I'll tell you what I heard and what I did.
I feel like I did like this, but there was nobody over here.
Right.
So he was to my left, I guess. So he went this way. I don't know. Did you touch more than one person?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like everybody only touched one person.
Right.
Yeah.
So only touch one person.
All right. However, I was, I guess, combing Sean Combs' lower belly. I was touching Sean Combs, but I kept.
Oh wait, hold on. We forgot to mention the boys at this point. They also took off their shirts.
Yo, that is true. They did. Everybody took off
their
shirts.
Yeah,
And PD kept his tank top on because he's a thick boy, and they have rules they live by.
Nick Stutter and their friends.
But I mean, he wasn't even that big, so
He wasn't, but compared to his friends, I mean, he was cuter in the face, but his friends had nicer bodies as far as
but they were also
abs.
smaller, shorter,
Yeah, they were
smaller.
shorter, yeah.
We really got to make up for it somewhere. You know,
I was gonna say, hey, I get it. It wasn't that big of a deal. So
The
yeah,
trade-off.
he still had on a tank top, and okay, so I'm touching his fupa.
We are not gonna body shame him.
And it can't be a fupa because he doesn't have the puh.
It could be a pee.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Whatever. You were
Uh-huh.
touching it. Go ahead,
All
Carson.
right. So, and I think I don't remember him grabbing that area. So I'm gonna assume that maybe I don't think I had underwear, but I might have. And so maybe touch my underwear. All right, what
I didn't
about
have
you,
underwear. So.
Crystaallllll? Oh, okay.
Well, he didn't.
Because
touch
she
it.
a freak.
Underwear's for ugly bitches. No, I'm just lying. But yeah,
Or
so
bitches who don't want UTIs.
that part. But I was sitting next to the assassin, so I mean, I just touched his underwear, but I didn't even really.
All right, these hoes did not tell me that's what we was doing. So the titty tickler is next to me, and I'm pretty sure if I recall, his hands were in my pants. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he went like super inside, but his hands were there. My hands were in his pants. But honestly, I wanted to just see like, you know, if he was working with something because it was his idea.
Right.
It was his suggestion. He's the one who pulled the Joker.
Okay.
And it was his rule. Like, I don't think that was something that they had talked about amongst the group. I think that was an individual type of test out.
Right.
So what did he work with?
It felt kind of gummy wormish. But he could be a grower, not a shower. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
We don't body shame any parts.
We don't.
Except for small penis.
Well.
Except for small one.
It's like a
Well.
It's all about the motion and the ocean and
Yeah,
all the
but
other things.
You actually
If your boat
Believe that?
can't,
No, but,
if your
you know.
boat can't fill it out, though, I don't know what.
listen.
It's like so
Because then people are gonna be having a raft talking about it's a boat. You know. Just because it moves in the ocean doesn't mean that it's a boat. You know. Let's not cap. Let's not cap.
LMA. Oh, elevate up.
So he was kind of like, it's yet to be determined what he was really working with. So I won't shame him. But so that was the first Joker, and then I feel like very shortly after we hit the next Joker,
Right.
which was the big Joker.
Which is, I guess, 7 minutes in heaven, like we were in 8th grade.
I think the Jokers just are house. They called it house rules.
Right.
And whoever got to pick the Joker,
Because who picked the Joker?
I think it was
the titty tickler picked it first.
I think the
P Daddy picked it second.
Diddy.
Yeah.
The second one. I think
Yeah, he
so.
picked the second one.
Sean
Really?
Combs.
Yes.
That was
Sean
Sean
And
Combs'
what's funny is he
idea.
didn't really talk like most of the night, so I was
Right.
surprised that
That
he
was
picked it
his,
Yeah, because then he just alright. So
'Cause
they
they-
picked it, and then all men
within
just
5 seconds.
grabbed a woman and just scattered like roaches.
Back to their caves.
Exactly. Like it was like right
I
after World
went-
War II or some shit.
I went downstairs.
Right.
So what happened?
Yeah,
We'll
you-
just go in order. Go ahead.
Okay, so we were just talking. I mean, I think he tried it. We had agreed to meet up next day for brunch because I'm a fat bitch. So I was like, food. Yeah, we do that. And he said he lived pretty close. I'm like, oh, I could pull up. Prior, I don't know, before, while we were playing the games, we were talking about how, you know, in the mornings he gets up. He's a morning person like I was, and he gets up and runs like 5 miles. And I was like, I can't do that, but I can get up. And so so while we're there, we're just
Girl, I
Remind us, y'all, he was one of the thicker ones. So the fact that he's over here telling her,
that he runs.
I was like,
It's
okay,
kinda like-
I
I
just feel like he was just trying to really like prove like he was like a super morning person. It's like you don't gotta lie. Like if you wake up and just watch Netflix, but you up, that's still a morning person in my book. Like you up.
But yeah, so we were just kind of talking. I think he was trying it, and I'm like, no, I'll see you tomorrow. Like we just like nothing's gonna happen this evening. Like,
is it because like you didn't know where we were, or is it because like it's at a party? Like, would you hook up with someone like at a party?
oh hell yeah! But I mean, I wasn't that drunk. But it was mostly because I'm like, I didn't have my phone, so I have no idea what's going on with you guys. And I'm like, hey, I'm not really comfortable. I've got my good sisters here, like. I'm like, my best friend, like they're upstairs. I don't know where they are. I'm not really comfortable doing that. I'm like, I wouldn't do that here. We're in some girls' room.
Right.
We're in the Latina's mommy bedroom.
Right.
We're sitting in there on the floor, like what, like
Okay, mind you that girl, she was like
Booed
booed up,
up.
coupled up,
Cute as
and
hell.
probably
Yeah.
looking at us like these dumb hoes really falling for this shit.
Right.
Probably
They
the fourth
probably
girl, fourth girl group this month.
Right, they probably had a
She
good
was
old
like,
kiki.
that's how I got my man. That's what she was thinking. It's like, do you remember when we played?
Oh gosh.
Look at us now.
So
Okay.
what happens is Calvin Decline comes in and he's still in his boxers and he was like, what y'all doing? I'm like, nothing. I'm not about to do nothing. Can you tell me what's going on with my friends? Like, where are they? And he's like, oh, okay. And so he basically
She's like the
turns
messenger.
around in his Superman cape and flies up the steps. And I guess he goes to you guys. I really have no idea how long we were down there. Like I said, I didn't have my phone, so I'm like,
I would count this whole entire time about 10 to 15 minutes. It wasn't that long.
So
for
the most part, it was pretty true to like the 7 minutes.
Yeah, it was. It just felt really long.
It felt, like I said, it felt long to me because I'm like, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I have no time. Like,
so upstairs, I think I got the boom boom room. I think now I'm thinking about it, like where the room was located, it was definitely on that floor. I think it was boom boom room. So the titty tickler has whisked me away, and we get to the room.
In true titty tickler fashion.
He starts. I call him the titty tickler because like immediately he starts like sucking on my boobs, and I'm like, okay,
did it
this
feel
is
nice?
cool. Yeah, it did. I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm still titty wop out here, so you know one foot's better than the other one, but. I was like, this is cool.
I've
This is
never
fun.
heard that before.
Well, I know.
Carson, yeah, I got it from her. Yeah.
It's a second to take out. It's fine.
Nah, that's cool. But yeah, so we both had. Well, I got nipple piercings first.
Yeah.
So is that why
You went with me to get them.
Yeah,
is that why it feels different because of the piercings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it feels good.
I don't
So
like it though,
it
to be
feels
honest.
better with the piercings.
I like it without the piercing.
Oh, I like it. I feel better with me. But it's, I guess it's your personal.
It hurt. Like, and when I got them, I think, Carson, you were with me when I got them. My boobs hurt for 2 weeks straight. Like, it hurt to put on a bra. It hurt to take it off. It was too much. So, about 6 months after I got the piercing, like, my last boyfriend took it off with his tongue, and I was like, well, what a waste of $75. Moving forward.
But she hasn't had it. But
Did
yeah,
I'm sorry, did he like, here you go. Like,
well, no, you can unscrew the ball.
So he unscrewed it, and then it fell on the floor in my dorm room. And I was like, it's not worth it. I'm not about to search for this thing.
Well, like I said, so when mine came out, I was like, damn.
Basically,
I'm out here like titty wop, and I told her, and then I guess like a few months later, she became titty wop.
Damn, so it was your fault.
That
you manifested
the titty wop thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I was mad as hell because I like my nipple piercings.
So he was sucking on them. Yeah, it felt cool. It felt fine. Granted, I'm a little lit, so it probably felt a little extra good.
Okay.
And then I kind of like, so this is kind of like where I stopped, like right here. Like I'm good. I think this is around the point in the summer where I was like, I don't know. I feel like my standards are getting very fuzzy, and I don't like the way this is feeling, right. Tickler. So,
Mr. Tickler,
Mr. Tickler, sir. I don't like. I just feel like they're slipping. So let me just stop you right here before this attempts to go any further. He respected it. He was like, shout out to him. He was like, okay, cool. I understand. So we talked for a little bit, I think about like job stuff and such, and then he left out. And he said he would be right back. And I'm pretty sure this is like 5 minutes into the 7 minutes. He left out. I don't know where he went. The Calvin Decline. Calvin Decline came into my room, the boom boom room. Mind you, he was gone. So I'm like, okay, Calvin Decline, I'm thinking he's a 7 minute person, like telling everyone, okay, it's done. So I go back downstairs and White Spice is leaving. And this girl is up in an old tizzy. She's upset. She's like, yeah, guys. I can't do the voice.
Yeah, guys, I got to go.
Yeah, basically. But she sounded like a little upset. So Calvin Decline also shared with me. I guess he was just telling everybody. He was like, yeah, that was the worst head of my life.
Wow.
He was like, yeah, that was the worst head of my life. Like, it was so terrible. She gave bad head. She was a catfish from the start. I was so upset, like, when she pulled up. So she had also met her on Hinge, the same way that Carson had met Diddy Pop on Hinge. So he said that she was a complete and total catfish. She was really working them angles.
Wow.
Yeah.
She needs to meet me. I need to work on my angles. But anyways, so wow. My good sis was talking, and my other good sis was titty tickling.
Or getting tickled. Or getting her titty tickled.
Getting her titty tickled. I was with the assassin.
Right. And you were the most lit.
I was.
Because she was drinking for me since I was driving.
Exactly. I was drinking for two. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the assassin he asked because he wanted to, I guess we forgot to mention that beforehand. He was like, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink.
Yeah, he just be fucking bitches well. Yeah.
That's his vice.
Yeah, that's his vice.
Assassin's vice.
So, just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. But that's not what we did, but I did get head. It was mid. So I think that was like 6 of the 7 minutes. Because afterwards I was like, yeah, that's enough.
come up.
That's enough. Thanks.
You tap him on the shoulder.
I was like, that's
I mean, what's really bad is
go
the
ahead and
fact
log out
that
for me, sweetheart. That's
what's
okay.
really bad is the fact that you think it was bad and you were lit. Like typically, you know, like your discernment is a little off when you're lit.
That's true. So it must have been like hot garbage.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good point. So then I forgot what we were. I feel like we were talking about some like sports or the news or Corona, because that's like small talk these days. And I feel like this is like 9-10 minutes into the 7 minutes. I see.
Well, weren't you all the way at the top? So at this point, you had to have come down.
Well, I just want to say I'm very lit, so I'm trying to.
Okay.
On my way down, that's when I saw.
Okay. What did you see?
I'm taking a dramatic pause.
We see it.
I see the Titty Tickler.
Oh.
And Calvin Decline in the Boom Boom Room.
Oh.
Together.
What?
What you think happened, Crystaallll?
What were they doing?
Them niggas was fucking, Your Honor.
They could have been having a conversation, Crystaallll.
Why did they need... There was so many other... Like, everybody was done at this point. So why do they feel the need to have their conversation in the Boom Boom Room?
Mm. All right, so she's making...
huge accusation.
Allegations, right? And as we continue the story, you'll figure out why there's still
There's some
allegations.
apprehension on my good sister's part, but I know what I saw.
Okay. All right. So after this, I now come from the dungeon of downstairs, and I see Chanel, and I'm like, "Girl, you good? Do you want to go?" And she didn't really answer me, so I'm like,
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure at that point I was like, let's go. Like, I'm good.
No, yeah, she was like, I'm ready to go.
You're like, I'm good. And I'm like, so we leaving?
Yes.
Because we were both there, yeah.
So then I'm like, all right, well, let's go.
So then we get to the door and
we're walking down.
One thing I need to know about Carson.
Wow.
This girl has a really bad habit of not knowing when to like hurry her ass up. Like she'll get caught up in these like conversations that don't mean anything, and we're trying to leave, and she's like, "Well, yeah," and it's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
She'll be like talking because somebody's saying like "Happy Holidays" and shit. Like we need to go.
Right? Like let's go. Number one, we have to depack, like. Debrief, unpack. You see, I'm all flustered because this was a hell of a night.
Obviously, yeah.
It's a hell of a night. So we're trying to debrief, unpack, unfluster everything that has just happened in the past, like,
they
4 hours. So?
All right, next time I'm going to run a nigga over.
That's all we're asking.
Thank you.
That's it.
Every 5 seconds, every 5 steps, like, she was talking. I'm like, in my mind, like, yo, she's also going to see this nigga tomorrow. Like, what are we still doing here? You're just giving them, giving them more opportunities. So, on the way out.
But also at this point, I wasn't irritated at this point. I was just focused on,
breathing
and staying.
She was really like...
staying upright. That's why I was like, we need to go. I can't. This is a lot. This start and stop. You know what I'm saying? It's like a stick shift. I'm trying to go. I can't.
So we're getting ready to go, and the titty tickler like tries it again. Like tries to hug me, and then like tries to pull down like my shirt again.
Wow.
Like, bruh, I can't. And I'm trying to think. Was it? I'm assuming it was a titty tickler, but it could have been Calvin Decline. It was one of them. I kind of get them confused. It was one of them, but I'm pretty sure it was a titty tickler.
You would think they'd be tired.
Okay. But either way, like, I was really ready to go.
Alright,
like,
so then we walked the block and a half to where I parked. We get in the car and we're leaving, and so we passed by where they are. And as we're driving by, we're like, alright, y'all, bye. And what happens is Crystaallll
can't hold her Crystaallll no more.
If it was Crystaallll, I probably would have been able to hold it.
But Crystaallll basically then opens my car doors and throws up right in front of all 5 of them niggas.
You're like, oh, she throwing that, bro.
Oh, hey.
We're like, she not good. It's okay, we're in the car. We're fine. And so then she finishes. I'm like, well, that's embarrassing.
And the thing is, I wasn't even embarrassed. Like
you weren't.
I really wasn't.
Yes.
I'm still not embarrassed.
Yeah, bro. Damn, it's better outside than inside.
It wasn't in the car. It wasn't on me. Like, I'm good.
It wasn't on anybody. It just... Alright, so then we drive. We exit onto the highway. So we're right there, and then she's like, "You gotta pull over." And I'm like, "Ah, shit!" So I pull over,
and that DJ Khaled meme, that was me. I was like trying to fan myself.
Yeah,
AC on, and the windows would roll down, but I was like, "Girl, focus! You can do this!" And I was like, I couldn't do it.
So she pulls over and throws up, and so as she's doing that, we're talking about like, "Yo, what the fuck did we just go through?"
I don't know.
And I'm like, then I'm like, "What were y'all doing while y'all were in the 7 minutes?" Because I'm like, I was just talking. And then, anybody feel free to, like, and then, did you say, like, yo, he just licked on my titties?
Actually, I don't. I think Crystaallllll jumped in. I think she came to
I just jumped in,
and she said,
What'd you say, Crystal? Gotta be in your voice, girl.
With loud and proud and bold. She said, I got head from 2 niggas.
Not one, but 2.
2 of them. She's like, it was men, but 2 of them did. One was, and you was like, yo, good. It was like back to back. And we're like, oh my motherfucking God.
Naturally, we start calling her Freaky Link.
Hot Girl Summer Winter 2020. She was like, I got hit from 2 niggas. She said it more than once. She was hella confident. We out here in the car. I'm driving. We ride around. We're like, yo, this bitch lit as hell.
Right. I don't know why I said that. Because it's distracting from my real message of what I saw. Because I feel like I was
Because now we don't believe this hoe.
Well, basically.
I feel like what I was trying to say is that I got hit that was me, and I saw those 2 niggas, but I don't know why I said them together.
Okay, so essentially we then, after the car ride and the subsequent days later, because when we dropped her off at home, she was done.
Yeah,
so the next morning we're talking, we're texting, we're calling her freak, super freak. Yeah. And then she didn't understand why we were picking at her so much. And we're like, bitch, you said you got hit from 2 niggas. And then she came out and said, that wasn't true.
That didn't happen. Because it didn't.
And so we were like, well, now we have to call into question everything you said that night. So, like I said, allegedly, them 2 niggas were together. We don't know. She's unfortunately a reliable witness because she told us with full confidence, full chest, she had got head from 2 niggas.
I know what I saw, Your Honor. I know what I saw.
We don't, though, and that's the issue. And so what ends up happening, I go hang out with the guy the next day. He was late.
He did eat Sean Combs.
Yeah. I mean, he made food, but like I was there for like
was it brunch or was it like breakfast food?
It was breakfast food, but we watched this dumbass movie and I'm like, I was hungry when I pulled up there, so I'm like, bro, where the fuck is the food? Like that's the only reason I came out over here. But then ate the food. It was mid. Feel like I left. Then I matched with the guy who's Calvin declined, and he was like, "Yeah, you ever talk about them wild niggas
on Hinge?"
Yeah, that's what he messaged me about. And like I said, we followed that.
Talking about them wild niggas.
Yeah,
full circle.
Full circle.
Shout out to you, Calvin Decline.
Yeah, your mission
came true.
Basically. So let's just summarize these people. The assassin, you ran into him again, right?
Right. And I mentioned what I saw with the titty tickler and Calvin Decline. And his response is confirmation. Because he didn't really confirm.
Why do we call him the assassin again? I don't think we said that.
Oh, yeah.
Based on your conversations after that night, what were they about, Crystal?
Ass. And booty sex.
So basically, he feels like if he does it with a girl, he's not gay or he's not bi.
Whoa, we jumping fences.
We are jumping. Let's edit that out. We are jumping.
Everything just came back to that. Like, I don't know how, like, it would be like, what's your day? Like, how's your day? It's like, pretty good. You know, want me to fuck your ass? I was like, no, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
If it was bad, I don't want that either.
Well, no. All right. So when Crystaallllll and the assassin hung out, I was once again bored, and I'm like, can I go? So we were in the car. Yeah, we were in the car, and I didn't stay long. I left, so I have no idea if y'all did anything after I left.
No, he talked about like booty stuff, and I was like, and then I talked about, I was like, why does it always like, why do you always come back to the booty shit?
What did he say?
And then he said something like weird, and then I think it was just like he was trying to like explain it, or was like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like I don't understand. Like it's.
But the thing is, while I was in the car, we found out that he was like a RN, and I think he worked in neurology, which was interesting because I think I followed him I don't know when, but I guess that's the only person I followed from the thing before my phone died, maybe? Was that what happened? Either way, he was talking about how he didn't believe in the coronavirus.
Dumbass.
And he's a nurse.
A registered nurse. And so...
And giving out the registrations, y'all.
It's a book. All right, so when we decided to do the podcast, we said we were going to talk about this experience because, boy, what it was. But we couldn't figure out what Puff Daddy's name was. So I messaged the assassin. And let me pull up the DMs.
What he said.
So I could quote
What
him
he has said.
correctly.
Correctly quote.
My good sis.
What he
My
has
good
said.
man. I'm currently scrolling. We have so much more content to talk about. I'm currently looking through me and Chanel's thread, and
But
boy,
yeah.
you
So
did that
basically, when I
shit.
mentioned what I saw to the assassin, he was like, "Yeah, them niggas probably could have been doing that shit." But he's like, "I don't know," because he was, well, yeah.
All right,
I
so
know
I was like, "What was your friend's real name?" And he was like, "Which one?" And I gave him the nickname.
Puff Daddy.
And then he says, "I don't even know dog like that. Honestly, that ain't my man. I met his wide face ass at the same time you
Wide
did."
face ass.
And I was like,
There's
"Oh."
some hate coming off him.
I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, never mind." I'm like, I just couldn't remember what his actual name was because he gave out 4 of them. But
all right, how we wrapping up the story? Who we blocking?
and so we're blocking all the wild niggas, even though I did kind of want to go to the Halloween party for more content for you
This
guys.
dumb hoe wanted to go to the Halloween party. I said, hell no.
They would have been a very freaky girl part
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, gosh.
I was like, hey, well, but we do want to hear your feedback, and we do appreciate all people who have listened and followed us on Instagram. That's why you're blocked. It means so much. And we can end it at that. Let us know if you like this episode and what you want to hear from us next. All right.
We out.